There are 10,000 high school teams in America playing the oldest and fastest growing sport in the USA, the Native American game of lacrosse. A game invented to replace war.
There are 10,000 high school teams
In America playing the oldest and fastest growing sport in the USA, the Native American game of lacrosse. A game invented to replace war. A game known as Little War in the Mohawk language, inspiring the movie's title of Sport of War in the spring of 2012.
I think I love lacrosse, probably because it's a mixture of the sports that I like the most. I love hockey, I love basketball, I love football. And when you mix them all together, I get lacrosse. You get like the contact of hockey. You also get some contact that's similar to football, but not usually. And I just love basketball, I love the ball movement, I love like the beauty of the game of like a backdoor cut or like a give and go. That's just like great to watch in any sport.
Everyone plays so different. Throws different, everyone catches different, everyone has their own playing style, like what they're good at, and like I really like that, because I feel like Brendan said earlier, in other sports such as football, like it's more like, no, like do it this way, but in lacrosse it's much more like do whatever you work. So, I mean, like I know the kids on our team, but like look at Joey Sankey, he's like one of the top attackmen in our class, and how tall was he? 5'5", but like the kid can flat out play, and like whatever gets it done, and like I really love that.
So like I think the fact that we had so much depth kind of helped us in the second half, because teams would come out like gunning for us, and everyone would like be all out and adrenaline and everything. But then like once things got settled down, like Carl said, like everyone would start to get tired in the second half on other teams, but we still had all our depth. Everyone was like fresh, and that's when we kind of just killed teams in the third and fourth quarter.
Recruit kids out of the tournament, and then as a high school coach, we had played in that.
I'm not sure about Canada.
State tournament, and in 2005 we won it, and now as a coach we're not a part of it at all.
No. A couple just philosophical things with lacrosse. How many guys play more sports than just lacrosse? That's great. All right, because as you guys get older, you want to.
All. So.
All right, you got to get better on your own. So you can do that out of season, right? If you.
high school teams in America playing the oldest and fastest growing sport in the USA, the Native American game, lacrosse. A game invented to replace war. A game known as Little War in the Mohawk language, inspiring the movie's title, Sport of War. Finally, a film has been made not only about this remarkable sport of poetic finesse and paradoxical, fierce violence. This documentary, directed by T. Patrick Murray, the award-winning director of The Last Game from ESPN. Murray chose to personify this pastime of passion and historical pacifism by profiling the #1 ranked high school team in America. The film follows them for their incredible 2011 season, where they sought their first national championship. Coached by John Nostrand, the recently honored Coach of the Year, and his able assistants, the Fords from the Haverford School in Philadelphia are a team not simply deep with athletic talent, but unique in the breadth of ethnic and economic diversity, the brotherhood bond of friendship within the team that is blind to athletic ability. What appeared to be a sport for boarding school elites played by white trust fund brats has been shattered as a stereotype, as lacrosse, or lax, is proven to be not just the sport of the past, but inevitably the most popular sport of the future. In the story of the 2011 season of the Haverford School, who must play the #2 and #9 nationally ranked teams in the toughest schedule in the nation and win 23 straight games to retain the coveted #1 spot on the ESPN ranking system. Well, some stories, like this 1 in a million tale of what Nostrand's players achieved, must simply be seen to believed. Watch the trailers at thelaxmovie.com and look for Sport of War in the spring of 2012 by Independent Film Studios and T. Patrick Murray. Sport of War, the true story of the #1 lacrosse team in America.
15 to 20 minutes, coaches. All right.
McCallion comes up with a scratchy ground ball, and Haverford gets it going first quarter action.
Name, nickname, number, position.
Oh, yeah, we got it.
All right, so it's all right. Let's just start with CK. All right.
Russo.
All right, and 3 and 2 and 1, and you can look for me.
Connor Kelly, everyone calls me CK. Number 8, I play goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Joe McCallion, plethora of nicknames. Number 3. And
Matt Walters, I play midfield. Matt Walters, number 7, I'm a midi, and I'm going to Syracuse.
Chris Huffelt, I'm a tackman. I'm number 22, and everyone calls me Hup. And I'm going to Penn.
Matt Walters, I'm a midfielder, I'm number 7, and I'm going to Syracuse.
And action.
I'm Joe McCallion, I'm number 3, I'm a midfielder, I have a ton of nicknames, and I'm going to University of Pennsylvania.
Connor Kelly, I'm number 8. Everyone calls me CK. I'm a goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Warath, number 9, attack. I'm going to Virginia.
I'm Moore Bailey, everyone calls me Russo. I'm number 5, I play defense, and I'm going to Georgetown.
Brendan McGrath, I go by Huff. Number 11, I'm a midfielder, and I'm going to Princeton.
It's how fast you're hitting that thing. And now I'm going to come and get a shot. Things, it's stucco ringing. And all right, I'll just do 5, 4, which I don't know how he knows that, but he knows, and he's. That's really something like rough cut, like oh. It's almost like you could be a goalie if you.
Yeah, somewhat.
Not only do you throw hard. Three.
Games, you know what I mean? I mean, you have a limited amount of.
Just do a little bit right after that.
You guys accomplished something nobody else has ever done, certainly at Haverford. And I read my quote in the paper today, and I stand by it. We were tough, and we were unselfish, and guys didn't care about themselves. And in sport, that's the most important thing. Okay, and you guys go home and you sit around the dinner table. Your parents are like, well, how come you weren't on Man Up, or how come you didn't play, whatever. You guys put all that stuff aside and did what you needed to do. And we were 23-0 and the best team in the country. And in my mind, probably the best lacrosse team ever to play the game since they started doing all this stuff. We played hard. We made plays when we needed to make plays, and then at the end, when we did what we did, we had one guy stand out the side of the huddle. And I'll remember this forever. And it was Carl. He's like, "Just don't panic. Just hey, everyone, don't worry about anything." And in his own mind, for the first time, and I've been telling him for years, I'm like, "Dude, why don't you just play so hard that when you walk off the field, everyone's like, who is that guy?" And he did it a lot, but he really did it that night. And in his own way, he's like, don't panic, don't panic. And really what he was saying to all you guys is like, get the fuck out of my way and give me the ball. And he scored 2 goals within 40 seconds, and it was awesome. So the senior leadership this year was unbelievable. So you guys have the world in front of you, the young guys, older guys. Get it done. Don't forget your base. Don't forget what Coach Lovey and Coach Patron, Coach Marcel, and Coach O'Grady taught you, because the bottom line is, if you work hard, nobody can take that away from you. And my wife, she said to me all summer, it's over when I say it's over. Why wouldn't we be the #1 team in the country? Why won't we do it again next year? We have the talent, we have the farm system, we have people coming in. Tonight's a celebration of everybody. We got Scudder. How the hell did he get into Lehigh? How did Chris Ryan transfer from Pitt to Lehigh? Annesley's at St. Joe's. Scranton. Liam, Notre Dame. Anytime Notre Dame recruits our guys, they're all Jewish. All right, Liam's the first Catholic guy they recruited, so he went. And that cup right there, T, I'm going to get that cup. I'm going to say that this thing is the culmination, I'm not in very good shape, of a lot of hard work. God bless you guys. Thank you very much. And no one will ever be able to take that away from you. So you guys do all your stuff. You do Under Armour, you do the under 19, and guys don't make it. Well, guess what? People don't like people that are good. They don't like people that are successful. So Philly is one of the best regions in the country this year. We have 5 guys try out, and nobody makes the team. How many Long Island guys made it? 10. Are you shitting me? No one will ever be able to take away what we did as a school, as a team. You know, I don't know how you guys did it. I don't know how you got through Wilson Hall, how you got through Garnet Valley and whenever that was, the Bailey brothers and Matt Walters. Okay? But we did.
I guess they'll never ref for me again. I think the refs were a complete joke.
Yeah.
So,
And Haverford gets it going, first quarter action. This is Sam Rohr, the little left-handed midfielder. Splits the D, comes in shot, and it squeaks its way in. Sammy Rohr.
Assisted.
Haverford again in their commemorative blue jerseys. Inside shot, goal.
Carl Walrath to Henry Blinn.
Henry Blinn, because Haverford is winning face-offs.
This is a demonstration
Hupfeld's gonna have
of
his way.
flip format.
My goodness, Hup! My goodness! And Haverford has it now. Good time to dodge and transition. Hupfeld working the left side. Inside shot and a goal! Hold your nose, because here goes the cold water. 117. Joe McCallion again with a face-off win. Darien going with their third face-off guy, Luke Fraker. Shot and a goal. Joe McCallion. Walters up top, moving
This
it
is a
across.
demonstration of
That
flip
is
format.
Brent Tomlinson. Good shot, feeds it inside, and Gavin McBride. Oh, sting me a corner, will ya?
Assist,
Holy Moses. Brendan McGrath
Haverford for Darien,
slinging it. Ball comes out. Britton can't corral it. Inside move.
Goal.
Nice play.
Zach
Haverford
Lego.
schools. Shot.
Goal. Brendan McGrath.
we play St. Paul's every year, first year of the game, and it's always like a good way to start out. Because if you get like a nice win, it's a big game, and it's just a good way to test to see like where our team is in the beginning of the season. So I think that's always a good way to start the season. And this year we were down at halftime, and I think they ended up scoring. It was 10-8. We were up by 2 after we came back in like the third quarter, and then they ended up scoring with not much time left, and it was 10-9, and we had to win the face-off or at least tie them up till time ran out. We ended up doing that for like a tight win.
Yeah, they were probably one of the best teams we faced offensively. I just remember like going down the bus, just sitting next to Warner, and just thinking about the game, like all the hype going into the game, like us being #1, like all the magazines and stuff, and then like having to go out there and prove it for the first time, just as a team, like was huge. And like we started off, like everybody was real nervous, and like we had turnovers and stuff, but that was like we knew that was gonna come, but we never really panicked. And like at halftime we were down, and I don't know, just with our team, just found a way to win it.
This is a demonstration of flip format. 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 This is a demonstration of flip format.
But St. Paul's is definitely one of the best teams we played this year. I think they're underrated because they might have lost some games in the MIA, but I definitely think they're one of the top teams we played.
This is Sam Rohr, the little left-handed midfielder. Splits the D, comes in shot, and it squeaks its way in. Sammy Rohr.
Assisted.
Haverford again in their commemorative blue jerseys. Inside shot, goal.
Carl Walrath to Henry Blinn.
Henry Blinn. My goodness, Hupp. My goodness. Hupp felt working the left side. Inside shot and a goal. Hold your nose because here goes the cold water.
117.
Joe McCallion again with a face-off win. Breaker. Shot and a goal. Joe McCallion. Again, and Walters up top. Brent Tomlinson. Good shot, feeds it inside. And Gavin McBride. Oh, sting me a corner, will ya?
Assist.
Holy Moses. Brendan McGrath.
8 Haverford, 4 Darien,
slinging it. This is Sam Rohr, the little left-handed midfielder. Splits the D, comes in shot, and it squeaks its way in. Sammy Rohr. And in their commemorative blue jerseys. Inside shot, goal.
Carl Walrath to Henry Blinn.
Henry Blinn, welcome to Philadelphia. My goodness, it's like an Ivy League team out here. Haverford is winning faceoffs. Huppfeldt's going to have his way. My goodness, Hupp. My goodness. And Haverford has it now. Good time to dodge in transition. Huppfeldt working the left side.
From
Holds her nose because here goes the cold water.
117 mark.
Inside move, shot and a goal.
Zach Rago, goal. Assist,
Zach
Sam
Rago
Moore.
with the play by Luke Fraker. Shot and a goal. Joe McCallion. Again, and Walters up top, moving it across. That is Brent Tomlinson. Good shot, feeds it inside. And Gavin McBride. Oh, sting me a corner, will ya?
Assist,
Holy Moses. Brendan McGrath.
This is a demonstration of flip from
Flinging it. This is Brandon Hathaway guarding Hupfelt. Anticipate an early slide. There it is. Great feed inside. Hupfelt. Brendan McGrath. Strip delicious. Ball comes out. Britton can't corral it. Inside move.
Goal.
Nice play.
Zach
Haverford
Rago.
schools Zach Rago.
30 seconds left in the game.
Shot.
This is a
This is Sam Rohr, the little left-handed midfielder. Splits the D, comes in shot, and it squeaks its way in. Sammy Rohr.
Assisted.
Haverford again in their commemorative blue jerseys. Inside shot, goal.
Carl Walrath to Henry Blinn.
Henry Blinn, because Haverford is winning face-offs.
This is a demonstration
Hupfelt's gonna have
of
his way.
flip format.
My goodness, Hup! My goodness! And Haverford has it now. Good time to dodge and transition. Hupfelt working the left side. Inside shot and a goal! Holds her nose because here goes the cold water.
117.
Joe McCallion again with a face-off win. Darien going with their third face-off guy, Luke Fraker. Shot and a goal. Joe McCallion coming. All right, here we go. And again, Walters up top, moving
This is
it
a
across.
demonstration of
That
flip
is
format.
Brent Tomlinson. Good shot, feeds it inside, and Gavin McBride. Oh, sting me a corner, will ya?
Assist,
Holy Moses! Brendan McGrath
8 Haverford, 4 Darien,
slinging
11,
it. Ball comes out. Britton can't corral it. Inside move.
Goal.
Nice play.
Zach
Haverford
Rago.
school. Ball comes out. Britton can't corral it. Inside move.
Goal.
Nice play.
Zach
Haverford
Rago.
schools. Shot.
Goal. Brendan McGrath.
Brendan and Connor and Matt, Joe, like the kids, like even Carl, I guess Brendan, everyone here except me, basically that came here from came here for high school just because like I felt like they came here because they knew about Haverford, like the history of like Haverford lacrosse, and like they wanted to become part of it too. Like it's kind of like it's a big deal.
Sure.
I mean, am I right or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Just like Haverford in general, like especially me, like growing up at Haverford, like attending the schools in junior kindergarten, I really grew up with the program, and I know like so many lacrosse players that went there. Like I know like the history, so like actually stepping in freshman year, like with everyone else, like you really become one of like those players that like you used to look up to. And I think we really experienced that after the game. Like we knew we accomplished that. Like when little kids came up to us like asking for autographs, and like that was awesome. We really wanted to be like what the kids talked about. Like I remember when I was growing up, like I always used to watch like John Holiday, Kyle Warren, like Peter Cannon, Brendan Cannon, like Foster Gilbert, like all those guys. Like it was just like awesome, like finally, because then like once we actually won, like, I felt like we had like accomplished that as well.
Freshman year, Coach Nostrand had, you know, the whole like future of the program and everyone who's going to try out that year, and he told us, he said, you know, raise your hand if you won a state championship. And only one person raised their hand. It was Pete Bohr, and you know, he's like, raise your hand if you've ever been ranked nationally, and like only 2 people raised their hand. He was like, you know, raise your hand if you've done anything for this program yet, and like, you know, only again 2 people raised their hand. So you know, after we won this championship, and you know, after we were named national champions, you know, I really feel like we earned our spot as like a Haverford lacrosse, you know, alums. And you know, I really feel like, you know, not that we wouldn't have been a part of like, you know, the great Haverford lacrosse tradition, but that really like capped it all off. You know, I was like, I mean, all of us, you know, once we did that, you know, that made us part of the greats that played at Haverford.
I remember freshman year, I went into Coach Prince's office, and I think it was after we had lost to LaSalle, and like, you know, like heartbreaking, you know, one of the greatest games I've ever played, and we ended up losing in overtime. And he told me, you know, you guys have a really good class, and you know, senior year you could be the #1 ranked team in the nation. And you know, I remember that since then, and that's really.
He said that freshman year?
Yeah, he
really?
told me that freshman year, and you know, I swear to that, he told me, you know, you guys have a chance to be the #1 ranked team in the nation. You know, the team is, you know, he was talking to our class, and you know, we had a lot of good guys, and a lot of guys were going to get playing time sophomore year, and he pretty much told me, you know, like, your class, you know, you guys have to step up now, you know, this is going to become your team in the next few years, you know, referring to our class. And I think, you know, people really started to step up and working hard, and it's been in the back of my mind ever since, you know, winning and finishing the season as #1, you know, it's pretty unbelievable, you know, how our coaches, you know, saw that potential in us, and they really believed in us.
Talking to each other about like what we could do senior if we just keep working, and like to actually do it's awesome. Like it's like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like like I honestly like remember like talking like, yeah, like we could do like if we keep working, like we could do this, if we do that, like we could be ranked #1. Like how cool it would be, like we're good enough. Like we gotta get everyone to stay. Like I don't know. It's like, oh, like we're ranked in the preseason #1. Like.
Right.
That's awesome. Like, who gives a fuck?
But like I said in the trailer, staying #1's harder than being #1.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't care about the ranking at all until it was over, because like no one remembers you for what like you did in the beginning. Like the only stuff people remember is what you did last.
Our sophomore year, I remember like Gilman, which is a school in Maryland, and LaSalle had like really high teams and a lot of D1 recruits, and they kind of, I don't want to say they choked, but they didn't really like reach their expectations, and I just kind of had that in the back of my mind the whole season, and didn't want to like think about it too much and like put ourselves on like on a pedestal if we didn't really step up to our expectations and what we really potentially could do.
Oh, get on that, oh. DJ break. Oh, you better get
Oh, you can like.
Like there wasn't much drop off.
Like there are a ton of seniors that like didn't really get to see as much time as they probably wanted to, but in that game especially, I think like everyone got to play, like all the seniors that game, and like probably like in the fourth quarter. Like the great thing about having so many guys that like you can really rely on is like everyone gets, you know, like when everyone's out there, you like pretty much trust everyone playing. Like, I mean, we had a backup goalie going to Dartmouth, and we had a bunch of solid defensemen. Like I don't know, just like defensively, like I know my brother and like Garmin, like when they get the opportunity to play, like I completely trust them. Like Scott Warren, like a bunch of those guys, and when they like go and you know there's not a lot of drop off. Is like what Vince was saying.
Carl Warath, number 9, play attack.
Cool. Should have asked you guys where you're going to college, but whatever.
We were twins separated at birth.
And you know, guys, we're going to do okay because you didn't say your like. He's going to say his name, but CK is all we ever hear. Yeah. So
maybe we were all one step ahead of the law. That's okay, because when push came to shove, we did it the right way.
Because like obviously we have like enough talent to beat them. It was just like damn, like now we got to do it like without Carl, because he's always been there, like playing. Like he's been playing as a freshman. So I think like kids stepped up. Like Carl said, Brent stepped up. Like the defense stepped up, gave us a lot of possession at the end, and Gavin McBride stepped up because it was me, him, and Rego. And because Gavin played like a good amount, but he didn't have that. His like role increased when Carl got
okay.
Out. So like I think that was like a really big time for the team when that happened.
Like 58 seconds left, they had the ball. You know, it just didn't seem right. Like like this isn't supposed to happen. Like I can't even believe it. Like I seriously, it was like I just couldn't believe what was happening. And Carl came up big, had a nice goal, and it was just another face-off. And there's a part of the face-off, which is the draw, and then there's a ground ball, which it squirted out. He got it, put it behind him, and I was just like I'm getting the ball, and I thought he got it first, but I went to check his stick, so the ball came out. That happened, then it went the other way, and I just wanted. I mean, I think if anyone else was in my position, they would have done the same thing. Just fight for the ball, and whoever wants it more is gonna get.
When I was a freshman and sophomore, I hung around Danny McGreiser because he was our goalie, and he was great at stopping the ball. But like, one of his downfalls, at least in high school, was he wasn't like an awesome clearing goalie and didn't really totally take control of defense. Don't get me wrong, he was an awesome goalie, but I think that the difference between him and CK is like, CK will he'll tell you where you're supposed to be at all times. Like if you're the hot guy, he'll tell you exactly where you're supposed to slide, and then on clear, so he'll call your name, he's throwing you the ball. So it's just like he helps you kind of slow down the game a little bit in your head when you're on defense, and then clearing wise, I don't think I've ever been around a better clearing goalie.
I think Hop's a great player, but one of my favorite parts about his style and his game, what he does is when he rides the ball. I know that when the defense has the ball and they're trying to clear, I know that if he's on my attack line, he's gonna give everything he can to ride the ball back, and we take a lot of pride in that. A few times we would meet with the attack, me, Hup, Rego, and Gavin. We would say, we want to ride the ball so hard next game, and we want to be known for going all out on the ride and making plays in the ride and doing whatever we can to help our team. And riding is a big part of the game. I think Hup does a great job in that.
Hup, we've probably gotten like 500 arguments, me and Hup, as friends. He will never give up, and whatever he feels like, and it's a good thing too, because whatever he feels like, he feels like is right, and he's gonna fight for it. I guard him every day in practice, and I know that like he will never give up, especially when like I pick up the ball like off the end line we're trying to clear. I know I'm getting hacked the fuck out of my arms. Like I know Hup's coming like riding me, and like he will never give up. And he also uses like he's probably one of the strongest players on the field that we have on this team. Like there's guys that may be like stronger off the field. Like he's definitely one of the strongest like on the field. Like he will use his body. Like he will put his body like in harm's way. Definitely. Like I remember like against LaSalle, like 2 years ago when he like laid it like got hit in the crease. Like he'll do anything to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's what makes him look so good.
I've watched a lot of lacrosse games, and I've never really seen an attackman who gets as many ground balls as Huff does. If there's a 50-50 ground ball, Huff's coming up with it. Every coach that's ever coached him is confident with that. Every player who's played with him is confident with that. And like Warner said, Huff's like a scrappy guy. I mean, he's getting that ground ball, and there'd be a 6'4", 250-pound guy guarding him, and Huff will try and run him over. And if he doesn't, he'll dive and score. He'll do whatever it takes.
I remember Huff just got crushed. I was like,
dude, like, is he dead? He's not getting up from this. Yeah, one thing with Huff is just how competitive he is. And it's not just lacrosse. It's pickup basketball. It's video games. Yeah, he's not gonna stop until he wins. And like if he loses to his brother in video games, he will keep playing him until he wins. And just like that type of mentality, he brought it to the lacrosse field and practice every day, like riding people back, like Warner just slashing defenders. A little payback for some of the punishment he takes, but just how competitive he is just makes him a great player.
I think the EA game. It's probably like one of our worst games we played together as a team. Was probably like one of our biggest moments because like losing Carl whenever I forget when exactly he got kicked out, but Carl's been like the best player in the year for the past 2 years. So losing, obviously this team is very talented, but like losing your best overall player for the past 2 years was like was like something really big to overcome. Carl and I have been playing together since like 8th grade. Before like a lot of these kids got here, and it was always like me and him on attack. And since I've been playing with him, he's always been like an unbelievable attacker. Like he can always beat his guy, get to the cage. He's always has his head up, which is like it's so nice playing with like an awesome attackman because like when you're playing with someone that can get you the ball, like it just makes you that much better. And like because the best of you really comes out like because he's like so good at beating his guy and like. It allows me to like play my game and get open and finish and like same with Rego like it just makes everyone better when like someone's like that. We definitely have our styles. Carl likes to take his guy from X a lot. I like doing that too, but like he dodges a lot more than I do in games. But as far as like actual like beating his man, like he's like definitely one of the best players.
But still I practice. Looking for more power. More leverage, more force, more speed. Did I say I shoot 111 miles per hour?
Like you look back, you look at the guys on the sideline, you look at the guys on the field, you look at your coach, you're like, we got this. Like, we've been put in position of adversity before, and this is not like abnormal, but not to that extent. Like that, the way that game was played was so different than any other game that we've been down because we were down until 32 seconds left, obviously, and then we tied it up. But it was just we played the whole game. I feel like we talk about this a lot, like all year, like afraid to make mistakes, kind of like afraid to lose. And that's we got away from that a little bit in the beginning, and I felt like even in Lawrenceville a little bit, I felt like myself talking for myself, like trying to like prevent myself from making mistakes, like to screw up something that would have been so great, that is so great. It just would have been, a little. I mean, I guess we played it differently, and that was the first time I thought that we could have actually lost a game all year. Read the shit out of the defense.
Brennan McGrath, I'm number 11, and I play midfield.
I'm Warner Bailey, number 5, and I play defense.
If I was in their shoes, I would want to beat the number 1 team. We actually got to do that freshman year. We beat Loyola, who's the number 1 team. Like, it's an amazing feeling. And anytime you play, a really good team, especially a team ranked higher than you get up for the game, and they're gonna be excited. So. I think early on, everyone's adrenaline's pumping, and the emotions of the game kind of take over. Eventually, the game starts to like flatten out, and it's more involved in like coaching and actually playing the game. But a lot of the first half of the game is just really upbeat, and there's turnovers, and it's kind of hectic because everyone's so amped up.
How many lines did you guys play? Whether it was middies, I mean, I know tax usually it's not really lines, but did you guys do anything unconventional? Did you guys use more people than normal teams did?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Because he needs money. Like the head coaching job, it's a lot more money. Like I would like.
I didn't like the way.
Every time we would get on offense, we just couldn't get a goal. And I remember looking down, because I was attacked, so I had to sit, at the midfield line. And I could see the clock, I'd look up and there's 10 minutes left and our defense is still playing, they make a save. And I'm like, okay, we still got time, we don't score. Then it was like 8 minutes left, I still got time. All the way down to, it's like about like 2 or 3 minutes left, and then we get the ball back, and then, I still thought we had time. And then the only time I felt panic, which was, like Warner said, besides for St. Joe's in overtime, this is probably the first time all year I actually felt like a little panicked and a little nervous that, this one might slip away. But, I remember them throwing a pass, and I saw Gorn right there, and, I just ran up and, we ended up jumping that kid and getting the ball back. And, like I said, after that, I wanted to go into it with like we still have time. And once we got the ball back, I felt like a relief. But, that little 10-second period there is probably like the worst 10 seconds of the season for me, because that's when I really thought, like we need to go like right now. Right?
Also, this is what I'm saying. That's the biggest issue. Like, if you have a family and you have, I think he has 2 or 3 kids. Yeah. Why would I be a volunteer assistant at a high school coach and get paid this much money when I could be the head coach at Malvern and I can support my family and I can make more money.
And he was also for the head of Princeton
He was
job.
only there for 1 year, so it wouldn't be like if Coach Patron left.
Right.
So he's been there for like 8 or 9 years.
And really knows.
Close to the program, and then he left from Malvern. It's like a 1-year thing, and he left. I think he left for money. And
Okay.
and he has 2 or 3 kids. Time like if you're in his position, you have all that knowledge. Like, are you not going to use it?